Have you ever woken up in the morning feeling stiff, sore, and tired almost as if your body never truly rested, even though you did everything right? What if I told you that the simple timing of your vitamins at night could either protect your bones and muscles, or quietly weaken them without you even realizing it? And here's the part most people don't know: just one small change in your evening routine could mean stronger muscles, fewer nighttime cramps, and a deeper, more refreshing sleep. Hello, I am Dr. Nana, and today I want to walk you through something that has been overlooked for far too long. I've seen too many older adults struggle unnecessarily, and the truth is, the solution can be surprisingly simple. Vitamin timing. Introduction. Think about it. Sometimes it's not what you take, but when you take it that makes all the difference. A slight shift in habit can completely change the way your body repairs itself at night. But here's the warning. Certain vitamins, if taken at the wrong time, can actually work against you. So, let me ask you, do you usually take your vitamins first thing in the morning, or do you save them for the evening? Drop a 1 in the comments if you're a morning person, or oh if nighttime is your routine. My team and I read every single comment, and we try to respond to as many as possible, because your stories and your questions truly matter. If you're new here and this is your first time watching, make sure to hit subscribe. That way, you'll never miss these practical tips that can make a real difference in your health, independence, and daily energy. Vitamin A, the overlooked ally. Let's begin with one of the most overlooked but powerful allies for nighttime repair: vitamin A, especially when it comes from natural beta-carotene sources. Now, when most people hear vitamin A, the first thing that pops into their head is vision and carrots. Yes, it's true, this nutrient supports eyesight. But what often gets overlooked is its critical role in muscle repair and growth, especially during those hours when you're fast asleep. Here's why this matters. Vitamin A is essential for protein synthesis, the process your body uses to build and repair muscle fibers. When you fall into deep sleep, growth hormone levels rise, and your body switches into repair mode. But if vitamin A is lacking, this natural cycle slows down. The result? Muscles become weaker, recovery takes longer, and your strength gradually declines with age. In fact, research published in the Journal of Nutrition shows that vitamin A deficiency directly impairs muscle protein metabolism, making physical recovery harder and leaving you more vulnerable to age-related weakness. But vitamin A doesn't stop there. It also supports the production of testosterone and other hormones that help maintain muscle mass. For older adults, who naturally face muscle decline, this nutrient acts like a quiet but powerful ally in preserving strength and mobility. And when you combine vitamin A with regular movement and enough protein during the day, the benefits multiply. The safest way to supplement vitamin A in the evening is through natural beta-carotene, which your body gently converts into vitamin A as needed. This is much safer than relying on preformed vitamin A, which carries a higher risk of toxicity. The best part? You can find it in colorful foods like spinach, sweet potatoes, and pumpkin. If diet alone isn't enough, a modest supplement can provide that extra support. For most adults, the ideal daily intake falls around 700 to 900 micrograms, depending on your gender and diet. And here's an important tip: because vitamin A is fat-soluble, you'll want to take it with dinner, ideally alongside healthy fats like olive oil, salmon, or avocado. That's how you get maximum absorption. So here's the practical takeaway. If you've noticed your muscles recovering more slowly, or you're feeling weaker with age, consider adding vitamin A, especially in the form of beta-carotene, into your evening routine. It works hand in hand with your body's natural nighttime repair cycle, helping you wake up with stronger muscles, steadier balance, and healthier recovery. And while vitamin A focuses on fueling protein synthesis and muscle repair, there's another vitamin that takes a different path. Vitamin B3, particularly in its niacinamide form, works inside your cells to recharge your energy factories, the mitochondria. This is where we'll go next, because the story of how B3 supports your muscles at night is just as fascinating. Last time, we explored how vitamin A works hand in hand with your body's nighttime repair cycle, building and protecting muscles while you sleep. But there's another key player that often goes unnoticed. This nutrient doesn't just repair, it recharges your very energy system. I'm talking about vitamin B3 in its gentle niacinamide form. The story of Daniel, a real-life example. I remember one patient vividly. Daniel, a 74-year-old former construction worker from Arizona, came to see me with a frustrated look in his eyes. He wasn't hauling bricks or mixing concrete anymore, but every morning he woke up sore, stiff, and achy. His muscles felt like they belonged to someone decades older. He had stopped exercising completely because even light activity left him sore for days. When we sat down and reviewed his daily habits, one thing stood out: he simply wasn't getting enough vitamin B3. His diet lacked the foods that supply this critical nutrient, and his body was paying the price. So we made a small adjustment. I suggested adding a modest niacinamide supplement to his evening routine, right alongside dinner. Within just a month, Daniel returned with a smile I hadn't seen before. He said, "Doc, I feel like I got a piece of my old strength back." His recovery improved, his soreness faded faster, and most importantly, he felt confident enough to start walking again. Nothing extreme, just light daily walks, but this time without the sharp pain that used to follow. Practical takeaway: why niacinamide over niacin? The lesson here is straightforward. If you're considering B3, choose niacinamide, not niacin. Why? Because niacin, the common form many people have heard of, often causes that uncomfortable flushing sensation, the sudden warmth and tingling that can spread across your skin. Niacinamide, on the other hand, works just as effectively at the cellular level without that side effect. It's easier on your body and still provides the benefits you want, supporting energy metabolism, protecting joint health, and speeding muscle recovery. For most adults, a safe daily amount falls between 250 and 500 milligrams, but it's important to check with your healthcare provider to make sure the dose is right for you. Taking it with your evening meal allows your body to put it to work during the natural overnight repair cycle. So here's the key point. While vitamin A focuses on repairing tissues and even protecting your vision, niacinamide steps in to fuel your energy system. Together, they create a foundation for stronger recovery, steadier energy, and less soreness as you age. But what about sleep itself? That brings us to another crucial question. What about the quality of your sleep? Because let's face it, repair and recovery can't happen if your body never truly rests. How many times have you gone to bed exhausted, only to toss and turn, wake up with cramps, or open your eyes at 2 or 3 in the morning wondering why you're wide awake? This is where the next nutrient enters the story. If there's one mineral that acts like nature's own relaxer, it's magnesium. But here's the important detail: not all forms are created equal. Why magnesium glycinate stands out: some forms, like magnesium oxide or citrate, can upset your stomach or cause digestive issues. Magnesium glycinate, however, is gentle, easy to absorb, and far less likely to cause discomfort. Taken about 30 to 60 minutes before bedtime, it can calm your muscles, ease nighttime cramps, and prepare your nervous system for deep, restorative sleep. The science backs this up. Research published in the Journal of Research and Medical Sciences found that older adults who took magnesium before bed fell asleep faster, stayed asleep longer, and experienced fewer nighttime awakenings. Why does this work? Because magnesium plays a central role in regulating GABA, a calming neurotransmitter that quiets the brain. Without enough magnesium, your mind and body may remain wired, even when you feel physically exhausted. Harold's breakthrough with magnesium. Let me share another story. Harold, a 76-year-old retired bus driver from Florida, came to me after months of waking up in the middle of the night with painful leg cramps. Imagine the frustration of finally falling asleep, only to be jolted awake by sharp muscle pain at 2 a.m. He tried everything: stretching, drinking more water, even investing in a new mattress, but nothing made a difference. When we reviewed his diet, it was clear he wasn't getting nearly enough magnesium, especially in the evening. We introduced magnesium glycinate, about 300 milligrams, with a small glass of water before bed. Within 2 weeks, Harold reported fewer cramps. Within a month, something even more powerful happened: he was finally sleeping through the night. He told me, "Doc, I didn't realize how much I missed sleeping like a kid." That sentence stayed with me. It reminded me how deeply sleep affects not just the body, but the spirit. Practical magnesium tips: if you're thinking about magnesium, focus on glycinate rather than oxide or citrate. For most adults, the safe range is 300 to 400 milligrams daily, but as always, consult your provider to ensure it fits your individual needs. Pair it with a calming evening routine. Dim the lights, pick up a book instead of a phone, and avoid screens right before bed. When combined with these habits, magnesium glycinate becomes a simple but powerful ally for better sleep. And remember, good sleep isn't only about feeling refreshed the next morning. It helps regulate blood pressure, strengthens memory, and even lowers the long-term risk of heart disease. In other words, this small nightly habit can literally add years of quality life. Looking ahead, the power of pairing nutrients. So far, we've looked at nutrients that repair tissues, fuel your energy, and calm your body for sleep. But what happens when the vitamins combine forces to protect both your bones and your heart at the same time? That's the surprising twist behind vitamin D3 and vitamin K2. Among all the supplements older adults consider, few are as powerful as this pairing. When taken together in the evening, ideally with a meal that contains healthy fat, they act as a team strengthening bones while safeguarding your heart. Here's why. Vitamin D3 works like a builder. It boosts calcium absorption from your food, ensuring your muscles contract properly and your bones stay dense. But calcium, when left unguided, can end up in the wrong place. Instead of supporting your skeleton, it may deposit in arteries, raising stiffness and the risk of heart disease. That's where vitamin K2, particularly the MK7 form, comes in. Think of it as the traffic director. K2 sends calcium where it belongs into your bones while keeping it out of delicate blood vessels. Without K2, the benefits of D3 can actually backfire. And this is exactly where we'll head next. Because while vitamin D3 builds and K2 directs, together they form a partnership that not only strengthens your bones, but also protects your cardiovascular system. It's a combination many overlook, but once you understand how it works, it changes the way you see evening supplements forever. So let's take a closer look at how D3 and K2 team up to guard both your skeleton and your heart in the next section. We just saw how vitamin D3 and K2 form a team. One builds, the other directs, making sure calcium strengthens your bones while protecting your arteries. Without this partnership, the very nutrient meant to help you could quietly turn harmful. Why teamwork matters. Research confirms just how powerful this teamwork really is. A large study published in the European Journal of Nutrition revealed that people with higher intakes of vitamin K2 had a significantly lower risk of arterial calcification and heart disease. Meanwhile, data from the National Institutes of Health connect vitamin D3 deficiency with weaker muscles, greater fracture risk, and even more frequent falls among older adults. So together, D3 and K2 do far more than support bone density. They preserve mobility, independence, and perhaps most importantly, the confidence to move without fear. Because when you feel stable on your feet, you can keep doing the activities that make life meaningful. Practical dosage and timing. For most adults, a sensible daily range is about 2,000 to 4,000 IU of vitamin D3, paired with 100 to 200 micrograms of vitamin K2. And because both are fat-soluble, timing is key. The best moment to take them is with your evening meal, especially if that meal includes foods rich in healthy fats like salmon, avocado, or olive oil. This combination helps your body absorb and use these nutrients effectively. So here's a practical tip. Don't take vitamin D3 by itself. Always pair it with K2. That small change means stronger bones, steadier balance, and healthier arteries. And really, isn't the goal not just to live longer, but to live stronger? Engagement prompt: no. I'd love to hear from you. Do you normally take your vitamin D in the morning or the evening? Type 1 in the comments if evenings are your choice, or oh, if mornings feel better for you. We do read, and we try to respond. Your stories matter here. And if you haven't already, now is the perfect time to subscribe to Senior Health Boost so you never miss the advice that could protect your health and independence. Looking at timing risk. Since timing can make or break the benefits of your supplements, let's take a closer look at nutrients that may actually disrupt your rest if taken too late at night. And one of the most important to understand is vitamin B12. Vitamin B12 energy at the wrong time. Vitamin B12 is essential. It fuels energy, supports nerve health, and helps produce red blood cells. For older adults, it becomes even more important because absorption from food naturally declines with age. Without enough B12, fatigue sets in. Tingling in the hands or feet may appear. Memory lapses, mood changes, even difficulty concentrating all can point to low levels. But here's the twist. As valuable as B12 is, the timing of when you take it can completely change its effects. Research shows B12 influences circadian rhythms, your body's internal clock that guides when you sleep and when you wake. A study published in Sleep and Biological Rhythms found that B12 can increase alertness by affecting melatonin, the hormone that signals the brain it's time to rest. That's useful for something like jet lag. But if you take B12 too close to bedtime, it may keep you awake when you desperately want to wind down. Linda's story. Remember Linda, a 71-year-old retired librarian from Michigan. She came to me feeling drained during the day, yet restless at night. At first, she thought it was simply part of aging. But when we reviewed her supplement routine, the answer jumped out. She was taking her B12 dose in the evening with her other vitamins. What was happening? Her body was receiving a wake-up signal at the very time she needed to sleep. Once we shifted her B12 to the morning, taken with breakfast, the change was remarkable. Within weeks, Linda was sleeping soundly through the night and waking up with more energy than she had felt in years. Practical B12 guidance. Most effective and safe form for many people is methylcobalamin. It stays active longer in the body compared to synthetic cyanocobalamin. Typical supplemental amounts range between 500 and 1,000 micrograms daily, depending on your diet and individual needs. The bottom line is clear. Take B12 earlier in the day, ideally with breakfast. This way, your body can use its energizing effects when you need them most while protecting your nighttime rest. So here's what we know. Vitamin B12 is vital, but it belongs in your morning routine, not your evening one. And while B12 can keep you overly alert at night, another nutrient may interrupt your rest in a completely different way, not by keeping your mind awake, but by sending you to the bathroom more often. That nutrient is vitamin C, and just like with B12, its timing is critical. Let's take a closer look at how this everyday immune-boosting vitamin can quietly disrupt your sleep if you're not careful. There's another layer to consider when it comes to nighttime supplements: nutrient interaction. Many people don't realize that vitamin C, as helpful as it is, can actually compete with minerals like zinc for absorption. When both are taken together in the evening, the effectiveness of each may be reduced. And if your primary goal is to strengthen immunity, that's not what you want. This is why many nutrition experts recommend dividing vitamin C into smaller doses earlier in the day, morning and early afternoon, so your body can use it fully without disturbing your sleep cycle. The practical takeaway. So, what's the simple, science-backed approach? Keep vitamin C for the daylight hours. For most adults, aiming for a total daily intake between 500 and 1,000 milligrams is more than enough. And instead of taking it all at once, split it into 2 smaller doses, one with breakfast and another around midday. That way, you still get the full immune and antioxidant benefits without the drawbacks of nighttime disruption or reduced mineral absorption. It's not just about better sleep either. By spreading vitamin C through the day, you maintain more consistent levels in your bloodstream, which means steadier support for your immune system, your energy, and even your skin health. Think of it as fueling your defenses during the hours you're most active. Engagement prompt. Let me ask you, how do you take your vitamin C? Do you normally reach for it earlier in the day, or do you sometimes save it for the evening without thinking twice? Type 1 in the comments if mornings are your habit, or if you've been taking it at night. We read these comments carefully because your experiences matter. They don't just help you, they help others in this community of seniors, caregivers, and families who are looking for simple, trustworthy answers. Your story might be the nudge someone else needs to finally adjust their habits for better health. And if you haven't done so yet, now is the perfect time to subscribe to Senior Health Boost. That way, you'll never miss the practical tips, insights, and encouragement that could protect your health and independence. Bringing it all together, know that we've explored both the vitamins that help at night and the ones that can hinder. Let's bring it all together with a clear, uplifting reminder for your daily routine. Tonight, you've discovered just how much timing matters. Something as simple as when you take your supplements can either support or disrupt your health. We saw how vitamin A, B3, magnesium, and the powerful duo of vitamin D3 with K2 can help repair tissues, relax muscles, restore energy, and strengthen bones when taken in the evening. These are your nighttime allies, nutrients that work with your body's natural repair cycle. And just as important, we uncovered why vitamin B12 and high doses of vitamin C belong to the morning hours instead. These are your daytime boosters, nutrients that energize, protect, and support you best when your body is active. The bigger picture. But here's the truth. Health isn't about a single pill or one magical moment. It's about building small, steady habits that work with your body's natural rhythm. When you give your body the right tools at the right time, you don't just add years to your life, you add life to your years. Think about it. With better sleep, you wake up feeling stronger and clearer. With proper muscle repair, you can keep doing the activities you love, whether that's walking in the park, gardening, or playing with your grandkids. With stronger bones and steadier balance, you preserve your independence, which means freedom. And most importantly, you create space for healing, energy, and joy to grow day after day. So let me leave you with a question. Have you noticed a difference in your sleep, your energy, or even your mood, depending on when you take your supplements? Share your experience below. Your story might inspire someone else to make a simple change that transforms their health. And if you found value in today's video, don't just keep it to yourself. Hit that like button to let us know this helped you. And be sure to subscribe to Senior Health Boost so you never miss the practical tips, the real life stories, and the guidance that can help you live stronger, longer, and with more joy. Because here, we're not just building health, we're building a community where every senior has the tools to thrive. So tonight, as you take your vitamins, remember, the right nutrient at the right time can make all the difference. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.